Damnevan. My match number is 2781005. So today our group 1 will present our group assignment, and our title is The Psychology of Human Development. In here, the case study of Gemma Jones has been chosen in our group assignment. This is the case study about the lifespan development for a person named Gemma Jones. He was born in a single family as their children, and his mother takes on the burden of raising 3 children alone. He grew up with the participation of his uncle Malik instead of his father in his lifespan. For the journal review, the first journal we choose is Utilizing Principle of Lifespan Developmental Psychology to Study the Complexity of Resilience Across the Other Lifespan. So in here, the author have pointed out 3 important principles, and the first important principle is the 6 stages in the lifespan development have affected each other, and all of the periods are important. So based on the case study of Gemma Jones, his participation in the baseball team during his middle childhood had supported the college fee, which he got the partial sponsorship of baseball. Wow, this also led to a bigger mover in his future career as he became a marketing director for the local A-League baseball team. After that, the second principle is talk about the development will be affected by different criteria such as ages and so on. From the case study of Gemma Jones, we can clearly see that the family background have become the most important criteria to affect his development. Although he born at a single parent family, he still created a strong bond with his family member and he had a very happy childhood. On the other hand, his family background also affected his characteristic as he's become more mature than his friend in the early childhood. And then the third principle is about the differences for an individual after the death of the lovers. So Gemma Jones had experienced the death of his family members, and the first was the Uncle Malik. So it's very hard to recover as Uncle Malik has participated in his whole life from childhood to adulthood. After that, he also experienced the death of his mother and 2 brothers. However, he can manage well to control himself and maintain a healthy lifestyle with his spouse when he faced the death of his mother and 2 brothers because he already become stronger and know how to manage his emotion and so on. So that's all for me. Thank you.
So now I will proceed with the next slide, which is the second journal review with the title of The Final Stage of Human Development, Erickson's View of Integrity and Old Age. This journal basically focusing more on the 8th stage of human development, which is integrity versus despair, where one adult would usually reflect and gauge on the younger self of their own achievement and regrets. Because Erickson's view on these stages, this 8 and the stages before that, requires the completion of the age stages, and that will help to gain a very healthy personality and attainment of fundamental values such as being grateful, being kind, generous, and so on. These basic virtues are the strength that the ego could leverage in dealing during future crises. So next, as I mentioned before, the fundamental values such as being grateful, we can take example from the study case, whereas Jamal is feeling very lucky to get into college and receive a partially scholarships for his basketball game, not like his other high school friends where they get married and just go on with their life without further education. Other than that, Jamal also feels that he does not care about the absence of his biological father, as he have his Uncle Malik filling in the father figure role. As he grow up, he does not show the sign of someone who is lacking the affection from a father. Therefore, he is very mature for his age in this case. So lastly, using Erickson's theory to conceptualize the adult stages of identity, intimacy, generativity, and integrity as one way to narratively the development of adult character. For example, the unwavering support from his mother as well as his uncle give Jamal a very strong sense of self and a feeling of independence in controlling over their own life. Before I end, I would like to quote from a journal that I found, and the author's name is Chris Gillard, and he says that without identity there can be no intimacy, without intimacy there can be no generativity, and without generativity there can be no integrity. So this is what I would like to emphasize again, that that the unwavering support that Jamal received from his mother and his uncle gave him a sense of identity and a sense of control over his own life. I mean the independence to control over his own life. Therefore, he completed the stages of identity and he goes into a relationship, whereas the intimacy phase and raising his own family, the generativity phase, and the integrity, how he act when he received the sudden news of his uncle death, Uncle Malik. So that's the integrity part. So it shows that Jamal has completed each stages of Erickson's idea to get a healthy personality and the attainment of fundamental values as human being. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My name is Noraina Nabila binti Zainal Abidin. My metric number is 285288. Today I'm going to present about the primary biological foundation of psychology and how they relate to behavior and development, particularly through the case study of Jamal. Psychology relies heavily on our understanding of the nervous system, including the brain, spinal cord, and peripheral nerves. This sophisticated network processes sensory data, sets operation, and enables complex cognitive activities. First foundation is neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are essential to the nervous system, which is communication between neurons, and significantly impact behavior, arousal, and mood. For example, dopamine is produced during enjoyable activities, generating feelings of contentment and delight that reinforce behavior. For instance, when Jamal has feeling towards his friend Zuri, highlighting the role of neurotransmitters in social behavior and mood regulation. Second is the brain. Human brain is a marvel of biological engineering. It's divided into several specialized areas. Each area contributes to the complex fabric of behavior and thought. Understanding these roles helps us comprehend how injuries to specific brain parts result in distinct cognitive and behavioral deficiencies. Higher order mental processes, including planning, social behavior, and decision making, depend on the frontal lobes. These areas are involved in executive functions such as goal setting, initiative, and behavioral control. For instance, Jamal's initial hesitation and eventual courage to take Zuri's hand can be linked to the development of his frontal lobes. This maturation process affects his social behavior and decision making abilities. Lastly is genetic. Genetic inheritance significantly shapes psychological traits and behavior. Our genes provide biological basis for personality, IQ, and mental health issues. For example, Jamal's psychological makeup and actions are influenced by his genetic heritage. He may have inherited some of his baseball skills, and genetic factors interacting with his environment likely impacted his resilience. Behavioral genetics studies how inherited traits and life experiences combine to influence development.
Hello, my name is Anita Kasanarkiman, metric 285061. I will present about the theory that related to human development, which is psychosocial development and cognitive development theory. First, I would like to explain the psychosocial development theory. This theory is about exploring self-understanding, social relations, and one's relation to society. This theory introduced by Erik Erikson, which outlined 8 developmental stages from infants to late adulthood. The first stage is trust and mistrust. Jamal developed trust through independable care from his mother, Nika, and guardians, Miss Lewis, fostering future secure relationship. Next is autonomy and shame. Encouraged to explore and make decisions, Jamal gains confidence and independence, which is a boding feeling of doubt. Initiative and guilt. Participation in activity fosters Jamal's initiative, giving him a sense of purpose and ability, while a supportive environment minimizes guilt. Next is industry and inferiority. Positive school experience and encouragement build Jamal's competitive and self-esteem, preventing feeling of inadequacy. Next is identity and role confusion. Support from family and community help Jamal form a strong identity amidst societal expectation, intimacy, and isolation. Early positive relationship enable Jamal to form a deep connection, avoiding isolation, generativity, and stagnation. Jamal contributing to work, community, and possible family showcase his generativity and sense of achievement. The last one is integrity and despair. Reflecting on his life, Jamal's sense of integrity stemmed from resolving early conflicts and fulfilling his goal, leading to satisfactions. So next is cognitive development theory. This theory is progression of mental processes and intellectual ability. Jean Piaget theory states that children intelligence develop through 4 stages, which is sensorimotor, pro-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. The first stage is sensorimotor stage, which is in this stage, babies are exploring and understanding their surroundings using their senses and actions. So in Jamal's lifespan, Jamal's interaction with his mother and caregiver help him to grasp object permanence and develop a sensory and motor skill. Next one is pro-operational stages. In these stages, they are categorized by language development, symbolic, reasoning, and imagination. So Jamal engaged in imaginative play and improved his language and also communication skill, expanding his worldview and problem-solving ability. Next one is conquer operational stage. In this stage, kids learn to think logically based on specific experience. So Jamal's cognitive skill improves significantly through school activity, developing logical operational problem solving and also understanding conservation. The last stages is formal operational stage. In this stage, categorized by abstract thinking, problem solving, and systematic planning. So Jamal's critical and abstract thinking help him tackle complex problems and complete future possibilities, showcasing his cognitive maturity.
The case study of Jamal Jones mainly focused on describing his life without deeply exploring what drove his behavior and decisions over time. To enrich this study, we should delve into additional aspects such as the complexity of resilience during adulthood, and how societal influence shape his behavior and thoughts. Resilience is significant for emotional stability and a sense of security, reflecting the ability to respond positively to risk and difficulty. Studying Jamal's resilience helps us understand the factors that allow him to cope with challenge and maintain his mental well-being. An intensive longitudinal research design is proposed to investigate the life transition and the impact of intergenerational dynamic and financial challenge. This method tracks how these challenges unfold daily, weekly, and monthly, and monitor long-term developmental effects over years. Qualitative approach will complement this by exploring several themes. This insight, combined with quantitative measures to examine correlation with health and well-being indicators, result in capturing personal experience and measurable impact. Human development involves more than just individual changes; it encompasses societal transformation. These changes expand choice and enhance overall well-being, as well as reflecting human rights and societal freedom. Analyzing educational resource, work opportunity, and the social-political environment he encountered, leading to revealed disparity between available societal resources and what Jamal and his family access. Measures like the Vehana Index to assess socio-economic development, the European or World Value Survey scale for emancipative value, and Freedom House score for democracy level provide insight into societal influence on Jamal's life. By analyzing his resilience and the societal condition, we can gain deeper insight into how his personal traits interact with wider societal influence, giving us a more complete understanding of Jamal's life journey.